The NFL offseason just got a little more interesting, and this time it centers around Cleveland Browns tight end David Njoku. A former first-round pick and Pro Bowl talent, Njoku is now the subject of major trade buzz, and all signs are pointing south, literally. The Miami Dolphins have emerged as a potential landing spot, and the idea is starting to gain serious traction. If this deal goes down, it could shake up the AFC landscape in a big way. Let's break this down. The Browns selected Njoku in the first round back in 2017, banking on his freakish athleticism and red zone dominance. He's had flashes of brilliance throughout his career, but it's safe to say he's never fully reached his superstar potential. Inconsistent quarterback play, injuries, and offensive instability have all played a role. But even so, Njoku has managed to carve out a respectable career. His best year came in 2023 when he racked up 882 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns, earning himself a Pro Bowl nod. But in 2024, things dipped again. His numbers weren't disastrous: 64 catches, 505 yards, 5 scores, but the regression was noticeable, and it opened the door for speculation about his long-term future in Cleveland. Enter the Miami Dolphins. They've already made waves this offseason, dealing away Jalen Ramsey and letting go of Jonnu Smith, leaving a noticeable void at tight end. The Dolphins have built a high-powered offense around speed, athleticism, and big play potential. Njoku fits that profile to a T. He's fast, explosive, and a nightmare matchup for linebackers. Plus, there's a hometown connection. Njoku played his college ball at the University of Miami. A return to South Florida would be more than just a reunion. It could be a rebirth. From Miami's perspective, adding Njoku would give Tua Tagovailoa another dynamic weapon to stretch the middle of the field. With Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle commanding attention on the outside, Njoku could thrive in the seams and red zone. The Dolphins' offense thrives on spacing and speed, and Njoku's skill set matches up perfectly with that philosophy. Plus, with their Super Bowl window wide open, Miami can afford to be aggressive. Trading for a proven tight end like Njoku could be the move that pushes them over the top. Now, from the Browns' perspective, there's definitely risk involved. Trading away your most experienced tight end isn't something you do lightly, especially when your quarterback situation remains uncertain. But the Browns also have to consider the bigger picture. They've made a series of aggressive moves over the last few years, trying to compete in an increasingly loaded AFC. If they believe Njoku's best football is behind him, or if they're simply unwilling to extend him again at top-tier money, it might be time to cash out. Financially, the timing works. Njoku's contract has an out after the 2024 season, and trading him now would free up valuable cap space. That money could be reallocated toward bolstering the offensive line, extending younger talent, or even adding another weapon for whoever ends up under center in Cleveland. There's also the possibility of acquiring future draft capital, which could help the Browns remain competitive in the long term. The question then becomes, what would a fair return look like? The Browns won't give Njoku away for nothing. A second or third round pick seems like a starting point, especially given his age and recent production. If the Dolphins are serious about a playoff push, they might be willing to sweeten the deal with a conditional pick or even a young player in return. Either way, both teams have the pieces to make something happen. For Njoku, a move to Miami could be exactly what he needs. He'd return to familiar territory, join a creative offensive system, and play for a contender. At 28, He's still in his prime, and if he can stay healthy, there's no reason he can't produce another Pro Bowl season. The Dolphins would benefit from his veteran presence and big playability, especially in the postseason. For Browns fans, this is a bittersweet scenario. Njoku has been a fixture in Cleveland for nearly a decade. He's battled through injuries, coaching changes, and quarterback chaos. He's had his highs and lows, but he's also shown loyalty and professionalism throughout. Moving on from a player like that is never easy, but sometimes the NFL is just business. If the return is right, the Browns may have no choice but to pull the trigger. This trade rumor is one to watch closely. It's got everything: star power, strategic implications, and emotional weight. If it happens, it could alter the balance of power in the AFC. If it doesn't, Njoku still has to prove he deserves another big payday. Either way, all eyes will be on what Cleveland decides to do next. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more NFL updates, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Should the Browns trade Njoku now, or ride it out and see what happens this season? Let's hear your take. Share the video if you're hyped for the season ahead, and keep it locked here for all your NFL storylines, trades, and breaking news.